10 incredible facts about Babylon. Let's count them down.
10. So where actually was it? Babylon was a massive city, located in modern-day Iraq, right along the banks of the Euphrates River. It was absolutely dominant, standing as one of the most powerful cities in the ancient world for well over 1,000 years.
9.
It had one of the oldest law systems in history. An ancient king named Hammurabi put together this giant list of 282 laws, carved right into a massive tall stone pillar. You've probably heard of its most famous rule. It's the one that set up an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Gates. The iconic Blue Gate. King Nebuchadnezzar II built these massive, stunning blue walls and gates all around the city. The absolute standout was the Ishtar Gate. It was covered in these bright, shiny blue bricks and heavily decorated with pictures of dragons, bulls, and lions. 7. Ever wonder why we have 60 minutes in an hour? You can thank Babylon for that. Instead of counting by tens like we usually do today, the Babylonians used a base 60 math system. Because of them, we still divide every single hour into 60 minutes, every minute into 60 seconds, and every circle into 360 degrees. Pretty wild, right?
6. The famous Hanging Gardens might actually be a total myth. Legend has it that Babylon was home to this giant, beautiful mountain of plants, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. But here's the thing. Archaeologists have literally never found a single shred of proof it actually existed there. Some experts now think it was built in a totally different city called Nineveh.
5. Reading animal livers to predict the future. Yeah, you heard that right. When people got sick, Babylonian doctors and priests would sacrifice a sheep and carefully study its liver. They honestly believed that the shape and the lines on the organ showed exactly what the gods were thinking and that it could predict whether the patient was going to live or die.
4.
The fake king trick. Whenever astrologers spotted an eclipse, they thought it was a sure sign the king was going to die. So, to trick fate, the real king would dress up like a regular farmer and go into hiding. Meanwhile, they'd stick some random guy, often a prisoner, on the throne, fully dressed as the king. Once the bad luck had safely passed, they killed the fake king, so the bad omen technically came true, and the real king just took his job right back.
3. They used Pythagorean math a full millennium before Pythagoras even existed. You probably remember learning the Pythagorean theorem in math class, right? Well, ancient Babylonian land surveyors were already using it 1,000 years before the Greek mathematician Pythagoras was even born. There's this 3,700-year-old clay tablet called CI.427 that actually shows a surveyor using precise geometry to draw perfectly square land borders just to settle property disputes between neighbors.
2. Saddam Hussein literally built his name into the ancient ruins. Back in the 1980s, the Iraqi dictator decided he wanted to rebuild Babylon. Now, ancient Babylonian kings had this habit of stomping their names into every single brick they used. So Saddam did the exact same thing. He had his own name printed on thousands of new bricks and built them right on top of the ancient ruins.
And number 1.
The absolute oldest customer complaint in human history. Archaeologists dug up a 3,800-year-old clay tablet that is basically the ancient equivalent of a terrible online review. This very unhappy customer named Nani wrote a furious letter in cuneiform script to a copper seller named Ea-nasir. Why? Because Ea-nasir sold him really bad quality copper and was super rude to his servant.
So it really makes you wonder, after 3,800 years of civilization, has human nature really changed